What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Let's talk about Altseason. If you like that, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your bell notification. Now, I saw this tweet from Mustache, and he said, altcoins, about $25 billion went into XRP only in one day, and people are wondering where the money is going to come from for an alt season. Lol, you will see soon. Well, he's obviously implying that an alt season will start because so much money is going into XRP, and at a certain point people will take profits and put it into altcoins. I want to discuss that. I want to talk about in this video what is an alt season exactly, and what does it take for us to see an alt season. Because alt season, if you open up Twitter, if you open up YouTube, it's the only word you will find these days, even in a crypto bear market. And sometimes I feel like, do people know what an alt season is, and how does an alt season actually, get there? So let's get into that. Now, I want to show you this chart right here. This is the total 3. And the total 3 is everything except Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, of course, this also includes stable coins, right? So when it comes to that, this is not the most reliable chart that there is. Because if you take the stable coin market away, then the altcoin chart will look a little different, of course. Now, I can show you the chart without stables, and I will do that in a while as well. However, this chart is the Bitcoin dominance, and the Bitcoin dominance is the chart that suggests an alt season or not. Now, of course, you cannot trade this, at least not specifically this chart, right? But what you can see is if altcoins are doing well or not well against Bitcoin. So in order for us to have an alt season, we might first want to understand what is an alt season exactly. Well, there's kind of Bitcoin season and there is an alt season. Bitcoin season is where Bitcoin, this is the Bitcoin dominance, so how much Bitcoin dominates the crypto market. So you can imagine that if the chart is higher, right, Bitcoin dominates the complete crypto market way more. So that's obviously a Bitcoin season. And when this chart is going down, that's an altcoin season. Right? And it's not being down, it's going down, right? Otherwise, we would have been in an altcoin season for the last 2 years, basically. That's not really what it is. But as soon as you see that money shifts from Bitcoin into altcoins, that's an alt season, right? And especially if that happens while Bitcoin is going up on the dollar pair. Because if Bitcoin is going up on the dollar pair, but people are moving their money from that higher Bitcoin into altcoins. Yeah, can you imagine what altcoins do on their dollar pair? Right? Now, that's an alt season. Now, I want to really get this out of the way. Like, it's all about perspective, okay? And I have my perspective. I'm not saying that someone else's perspective is wrong, but there are also people that, for example, called this an alt season, right? What we saw last year from June, July till August, September, give or take. Altcoins did well, right? Bitcoin did well. But still, money was going from Bitcoin into altcoins. So altcoins had a pretty good run right here. But if you look at this chart, is this to be called an alt season? Well, in my opinion, we are missing a word. It's to be called a small alt season. In my opinion, but again, that's my opinion, right? An alt season is this right here. This huge move down, or this huge move down. Right? That's an alt season. So, okay, what's the possibility right now? Well, I'm not saying that this is the floor, okay? But, hear me out. If we want to, if we are going down from this point where we are right now, all to the bottom, we have a decent alt season, right? Really depending also on what, of course, Bitcoin is doing against the dollar by then, right? But it's a bigger move than what we saw over here. But again, you have to remember that was in beginning of June 2022. Now, let me show you beginning of June 2022 for Bitcoin. What did Bitcoin do right there? Well, it did this. June 2022, Bitcoin went from like $17,000 to $26,000. So Bitcoin went up while the dominance was going down. So that's extremely hard for altcoins to go up on their dollar pair, right? So again, it totally depends on what, Bitcoin does on the dollar. Because if the dominance goes down while Bitcoin is also going down, yeah, then altcoins do well on their Bitcoin pair, but it doesn't necessarily mean they have to go up or up like a lot on their dollar pair. All right, and I think that most people look at altcoins on the dollar pair and then come to the conclusion if it's an altcoin season or not. So even if this is going down, doesn't necessarily have to mean that altcoins are going up, right? But that's a possibility. Now, why do I have this here and why do I say that this is the floor? Well, it's pretty simple. I mean, we have been ranging here for 2 years, right? People were like really bullish on altcoins here. We had a lot of VC money, a lot of pre-sales that were doing very well. We had an NFT rage, which was insane, but yet we could not take the low out that we had in 2018, 17, 18, right? So I don't know. It looks like it has some, it's in an upwards trend right here. Right, diminishing losses, to put it like that. So is every altcoin season eventually going to be less? Can definitely be the case. Now, in order for us to see a real alt season, in my opinion, we first have to get wrecked. Why? Like I said, in my opinion, this move down, that's a real alt season when we only really had 2, like, yeah, maybe 3 if you take this into consideration as well. But this was more like here we basically had not really a lot of altcoins, therefore the Bitcoin dominance was already like 100% give or take, right? And then we started to get some altcoins in the space, and that's where it went down, right? We won't get here and anymore, never. I'm pretty sure of that. Okay. But in order to see a real alt season, we first have to get wrecked. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if we want to fall that hard, we first got to climb that hard, at least here, right? Because if we are here and we then go down, which I think will happen, right? That's an alt season. That's a real big alt season. However, what happens in the meantime that we go up right here? Well, in the meantime that we go up right here, it means that the altcoins are losing value against Bitcoin, right? So that people put their altcoin money into Bitcoin, or that a lot of new money is coming into the space, but it's all going to Bitcoin for some reason, right? But at least that Bitcoin is dominating the space a lot more. So your altcoins are becoming worth less against Bitcoin, right? Now that doesn't have to mean as well that altcoins are going down in dollar value. That depends on what Bitcoin does. If that happens, let me overlay Bitcoin right here so I can show you. It's pretty interesting. Let me make it logarithmic to make it a little more easy to read. What we see lately is this. We have the orange line is the Bitcoin line. We have price. We have Bitcoin and the dominance being pretty correlated, right? When Bitcoin is going sideways, the dominance is going pretty much sideways. When Bitcoin goes up, the dominance goes up. When Bitcoin goes up, dominance goes up, right? And it's quite, if we want to see the dominance going up, we will see Bitcoin going up, right? So I still think that, Bitcoin always leads the bull run, right? So what if Bitcoin goes to, I don't know, $50,000 or so? Then we'll probably see the dominance going up as well. And this part right here, that's like now an exceptional part. Bitcoin went up while the dominance went down. Yeah, of course, the XRP news. But the big, long, multiple years awaited XRP news did not move it by that much. So I wonder what it takes. So that's one. So if we see Bitcoin going up very hard, then altcoins are getting wrecked on their Bitcoin pair anyway, right? And now it depends. Like, how do you define alt season, right? We had like, for example, Solana. Look, Solana on its Bitcoin pair, right? So that's how much Bitcoin Solana is worth, to put it like that. It's been going down from the top to where we are right now, 81%. From the top to the bottom, 89%. Right now, if we go up like from the bottom till this point, let's say, 200% pump, right? Could happen. There will be people calling for an alt season if we end up here, right? But still, that is Solana being down 70% against Bitcoin. So Solana is still heavily losing against Bitcoin. So how can you call that an alt season? Right, so an alt season is where altcoins outperform Bitcoin. Well, clearly that's not what's going on right now. In fact, if you take the complete crypto market, the complete altcoin market, and you divide it by the Bitcoin market, you see that it's been going down. Right, we have a bounce right now, but yeah, an alt season is all over the news again. Right, with every small bounce, we see that. Well, at the end of the day, this year, what happened is altcoins did not get wrecked 50% against Bitcoin, but 43% against Bitcoin. Well, it's 7% less wrecked alt season. It depends. And I'm not trying to be bearish or negative right here, but I'm just trying to look at this chart and look at it like, okay, it's been here, 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 here. Will it go here? Probably. So how can we call for an alt season right here? Even if it does go up. Right? It's not alt, that's a bounce. It's a relief rally. It's a bounce. It's not an alt season. Now, also what he said right here is like, and I just find this interesting, is, well, about 25 billion went into XRP in only one day, which is freaking incredible indeed. And people are wondering where the money is coming from for an alt season. Well, that 25 billion is mostly not new money in the crypto space. It's already existing money that's just shifting, right? You'll see that the dominance for Bitcoin went down, like a lot. Like the dominance went down like 4% almost, let's say 3%. 3% of the entire Bitcoin market cap, that's a big share of the 25 billion that he was talking about. So what mainly happened right now is that money was in Bitcoin and it went into XRP. And in some other altcoins as well, but mostly into XRP. Well, that's no new money. That's no money to start an alt season, because at a certain point, yeah, people will take profits on their XRP, right? Some probably won't because they bought the trade on the top here. But some people, they will take profits right here. Where do they put that money back into? What do you think about Bitcoin? Why do you think people had the money in Bitcoin in the first place? Right? It's not that they had like all their money in Bitcoin, put it in XRP, made profit on that, and now gonna divide it among all kind of altcoins. Right? They were in Bitcoin in the first place for a reason. So I think at a certain point, these people will, well, lose it or trade it back, and it will go back into Bitcoin, and we will see the Bitcoin dominance going up again, and therefore altcoins getting wrecked. What you can also see is this. This is the social metrics, right? How many people are watching YouTube for crypto, following on Twitter, subscribing to YouTube channels, etc. That's the red line. And you'll see that although we had this great XRP news, it's going down, right? It's at the lowest levels as where it was. When does an alt season really start? When new people, the retail, FOMOs into the market, right? The new people started to come into crypto like parabolically from like, well, let's say beginning November 2020. All right, November 2020. If we look, November 2020 was here, was right before the big alt season. And if we take a look at the total 3, November 2020, which was here, before the total 3 went parabolic. Right? It's the new people, the people that FOMO in just too late. Right? That's because this was the start, right? Most people were FOMOing in right here in May 2021. Right? If we look at May 2021, that's here, right? They missed a complete wave. So, I don't know. It's not new money coming in. So in order for us to see a real alt season, I think we need new people. Or we need, for some reason, a very bullish crypto space, but a very, and a safe crypto space. Because now at this point of the market, people are still like, I don't know. And if they are in crypto, the ones that are still are in crypto, they're in Bitcoin, mostly, right? I mean, that's what you see right here on the charts. It's just what they do. It's going up, 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 up. So most people are in Bitcoin, right? Because guess what? It's a bear market. People don't want to lose money. They want to have exposure, but they know that if they put it into altcoins, it doesn't really matter what you put it into. Everything is losing against Bitcoin, right? Where the fuck do we have a Bitcoin chart? Even BNB, for example, is losing against Bitcoin. Over the last couple of months, it lost 60% against Bitcoin. And this is probably one of the best performing coins out there, right? It's crazy. If you look at Cardano, you can say whatever you want, but Cardano lost from the top to the bottom already 86% against Bitcoin, which is also down 50%, more, 60. So I don't think that we will see an alt season. But again, the Bitcoin dominance shows it. And when we see in real alt season, we will see the total 3 going up hard. But I must say that like this falling wedge that the total 3 is now finally breaking out of, it's not a secret that Bitcoin did this 7 months ago in January, right? And Bitcoin is bounced off twice off the bull market support band now. The total 3 is now testing it, not even bouncing off, it's testing it, right? So I don't know if we will see an alt season pretty soon. And I mean, another thing, altcoins are not leading the bull run, right? They're just not. If you overlay Bitcoin on the altcoin market, you will see this, right? When do altcoins go up, basically? Well, first Bitcoin goes up and then altcoins follow, right? Bitcoin goes up, altcoins follow, right? It's not that altcoins go up first or anything, right? Again, Bitcoin is going up right here, doubled. What did altcoins do in that same period? Well, from the moment that Bitcoin doubled, altcoins, which was here, altcoins went up 20%. So some people might say that, well, you know, if altcoins follow and Bitcoin went up already 2x right now, isn't this a good time to be in altcoins because they might now follow? They have a month delay usually, not 7, right? And one other thing, and that's what I've been saying a lot. If you look at altcoins on their Bitcoin pair, like Cardano here, for example, again, right? It's having a okay bounce, but it's bouncing every time after it made a lower low, right? It's nothing new. It's still a lower low and a lower high. This chart looks fucking bearish. And you might say like, hey, I mean, anyway, Cardano. Most charts look like this, right? So if it's already losing all kind of support against Bitcoin, what do you think will happen with this chart and then any other altcoin chart if Bitcoin finally corrects? Right? Because it is a fact that we are in the pre-halving year right? We had a bear market, we had a bottom, we have the pre-halving year right now, and after the halving, we always go parabolic, right? We have a bear market, we have the bottom, we have the pre-halving year when we go up all the way, bear market or bull market, alt season. No, we go down again. Was the pre-halving year. It's just a mentally fucked up year. And then we have the bull market here as well. With the bear market, we have the bottom, go all the way up. Nope, all the way down again. And then we have the bull market. We have made that bottom, that bear market, that bottom, we have made that move up now, right? In the same exact time periods as the other two cycles, right? Is it weird to think that we go down again before we finally see the bull? I don't know. Like, and yeah, you can say like, yeah, well, this time is different because now we have ETS and you know, bro, I mean, you have the price and then you have the news. You have first the price and then the news. It's just what it is. It's really what it is, right? It's a fact. XRP showed the same exact thing. So yeah, it's quite funny. So I'm still under the impression that Bitcoin will go down. Might it be 23K? 22 would be okay. Could it be 18? Could. But could it be also, again, a double bottom or maybe a low low? It could. It could. I think personally the bottom is in, but it's not impossible, right? If the bottom is not in, this will officially be our longest bear market so far. But yeah, for every time is the first time. But I don't believe that. We have COVID, war, recession, all these scams and things going bankrupt and all of that, and still Bitcoin is holding up. So what the fuck does it take for Bitcoin to put in a new low, I would say? But it doesn't mean we cannot go lower, right? Give us a recession, Bitcoin will go lower a lot. And that recession is likely coming. So if that happens, yeah, altcoins already have no support on their Bitcoin pair. Right? So where the fuck do you think that these altcoins are going on their dollar pair then? Right? So a lot of altcoins, they still look like shit. And that I say like, okay, guys, alt season, I don't see it happen yet. Not this year. Definitely not this year. Probably not even next year. I could be dead wrong about that though. I could be completely wrong. Right? But that's just like me looking at the charts, looking how it looks right now, checking out how it went last time. And it's not that I'm saying like, oh, last time this happened, so it happens now as well. But I compare it to 2 previous cycles, to the only 2 that we have. And so far it's following it exactly. It's not that it's like following it a little bit here and there. You can put it right over each other. It looks like perfect. So something really weird has to happen if this time is going to be different, like really weird. And yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be honest. So an alt season, again, it depends on how you define alt season. Because I do think that the Bitcoin dominance will at least go down here, maybe, right? Somewhere like 48% maybe. From the top, that's like 10% down almost. Yeah, people can call that an alt season if they want, like, but you know, an alt season again in my book was this move right here down 45%. That's an alt season. This is a fifth of it, right? So yeah, no new money coming into the space, no new people coming into the space. Also, what I find quite interesting is that the macro, when you look at stocks like the Nasdaq or the S&P pushing at highs right here, they have to correct at some point, right? How will crypto react if that's going to happen? I don't know. Like, this has been mooning to all-time highs. The altcoin market did not respond a bit, right? This year, just this year, basically from the lows to where we are right now, the S&P is up 30%, right? 30%, right? Altcoins from the same point, or from October basically, right? Which was here, it's at the same level. So altcoins did not even move in that time. So if you do see a lot of like alt season this, alt season that, not everything relied on XRP. And don't get me wrong, it is very good news. And I'm very happy for Ripple. And I'm very happy for the XRP holders. Because they finally, let's be honest, they waited 6 years to play even maybe so. Sorry, but I don't know. It's not leading anything. It's really from the moment the S&P and the Nasdaq came from their lows and put in almost new high so far, which was here. You know, its altcoins are sitting at the same level. So even that together, combined with the Ripple winning the lawsuit, couldn't even really set this higher and break at least this. So yeah, sorry for being negative. Well, not sorry. Like, I'm just being skeptical, because it's very easy for people to throw their money away because they think it's going to be an alt season. We have a lot of good news right now, right? And this is eventually what it manages to do, to be at the same level as where we were 3 months ago or 6 months ago or a year ago, when it comes to that, to play even. That's what the best that it could do with all this good news. Yeah, then I wonder, like, if there are some piece of bad news coming again, and it will, then how it's going to respond. So yeah. A lot of people don't like me making this content, but let's be honest. I mean, this is what you see, right? This is exactly what you see. And I'm not saying it can go high, though. I'm not saying. I mean, maybe it finally breaks out and it gets here. Yeah, that's a big push for altcoins, definitely. But please understand the definition of an alt season, right? Because if altcoins here, they, for example, January till, well, beginning to the end of January, altcoins went up 34%, right? People were calling for an alt season, for sure. But if you look what Bitcoin did, beginning to the end of January, it went up 50%. So even that move, people might felt like, look at their, they looked at their altcoins on their dollar pair, and they felt like, oh, alt season. No, it was a Bitcoin season. Altcoins were still getting wrecked right here. You should have been in Bitcoin, right? You would have made more gains, right? And I probably the exception that you're putting in the comments is doing different, I know, but that exception is included in this chart. Overall, it's not doing well. So yeah, we have to see. I mean, maybe we now finally see something like the last cycle, right? Where we came out of the downwards trend, went up, call it an alt season, call it no alt season. At the end of the day, a year later, we made a low. This is where alt season started for me, right? So if we are about to do the same thing right now, maybe in a year from now, July 24, somewhere like that, we put in a lower low, slightly lower low, or double bottom, or slightly higher low in the altcoin market. Overall, you know, you got wrecked, you got some gains. Overall, you played even, right? And from then, we get an alt season. That's it. Like the video. Bye.